Thank you for joining me today. Today is a special day. Today is my son's birthday, and he's 17 years old as of today. And he's my baby, so he's almost at that stage of being an adult. And this past week has been rough for him. It's just been a very unusual round of depression for him. And it made me realize as a parent that, I'm not the only one as an adult who gets stressed out in life. It made me realize that my children have their own lives and their own types of stresses within their realm, their world. And it made me want to do this topic for you. Like, I don't know if you're a parent or not, or especially if you're a parent to a teenage child, or even if you're just a teenager yourself and you happen to run across my video. This is an important topic that I feel should be discussed. And, I just want to give you like a backdrop of some things that went on last week. Like, he has one of his buddies, his best friend, and they always are together. And then all of a sudden I noticed they were not. And then my son's like, yeah, I'm this, that, I'm not talking to him anymore. I was like, okay. So I thought, the depression was stemming from that, because really that's his primary friend, his only friend that he enjoys hanging out with. And all of a sudden he's not there. So I noticed, I was like, listen, do you want to get out and do you want to go up the store with me? Just something, just to get out of the house, get some fresh air and sunshine, get away from the four walls. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, okay, do you want me to pick you up anything, Are you hungry? No. Even though I could hear his stomach growling, he didn't want anything to eat. I said, do you want me to make you something? No. I was like, okay, I can't. I says, listen, do you want to talk about anything? Is it about you and your buddy and, not speaking to each other anymore? No, I don't want to talk about it. So it's like, you know what? Instead of getting upset or worried about the situation, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him breathing room. I'm going to let him come to me when he's ready. And a few days later, he broke down and he cried. He cried. And he cried on my shoulder. And I just met him right where he was. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. And I said, I love you, son. I said, I love you no matter what. And it's okay to cry. It's okay. Like me apologizing to you to have these tears, I shouldn't be doing that. I'm only human. I have emotions. I feel. You feel. We all feel. We all have different sets of stress in our life. And none of our stress should be discounted by our loved ones. None of our stress should be belittled by anyone, because anybody from any age, a child all the way up to a full-grown adult, has certain types of stresses in their life that have to be dealt with. And even if it seems small to you compared to your own stresses, it's not. To them, it's the biggest deal in the world. And I feel it's a responsibility, being a parent, that you have to take that seriously. You have to not discount how your child feels. And you should let them have that space and have that opportunity to come to you in their time of need. You shouldn't have, this attitude like, oh, well, what kind of stress do you have? You don't have a job that you hate going to every day. Like, you don't have a million bills and you're not in debt. And, what kind of life stresses are you having compared to what I'm having? Sure, it's not going to be the same thing as you, but they have their own set of stresses that are their world. Whether it's their friends, whether it's school and the stress of homework, whether it's you pushing them to do things they really don't want to do. Like maybe you've got them signed up with 3 different athletic programs, and they're not even athletes. You're pushing them to go to karate class or football or, I don't know if they're a girl, maybe dancing lessons or acting lessons, and they hate it. That's a stress that you're putting on your child, and you don't even realize it because you think it's helping them in the long run. So think about it. The stress that you had as a teenager was real. Did anybody pay attention to you when you reached out your hand and said, look, I'm hurting. Even if you can't help me, will you be there for me right now and just meet me where I'm at? Just love me where I am? Did you have that as a child? And when I think back on my years as a teenager, I didn't really have that as a child. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of adults today. We didn't have that safety zone with our parents. We got discounted. We were told that, big girls or big boys don't cry, to keep your feelings in. And nobody cares about you, and to suppress it. So what happens? You grow up as an adult carrying those sets of feelings with you, carrying this faulty belief system that you should be hiding behind this wall of shame because, oh, heaven forbid you have stress. Heaven forbid you feel like shit today. Heaven forbid you cry on somebody's shoulder and show a sign of weakness. Oh. No. That dialogue has to change. Because I'll tell you what, I may not be a therapist or a psychologist, but I am a good listener. And I can cry with you. And that's exactly what I did for my son. I just loved him right where he was at. I put my arm around him. I hugged him. I cried with him. And he started to feel better. And we took a drive finally down the street to get some food. And this was totally unexpected. He reached his hand out while we were at a red light, and he held my hand, and he said, Mom, I'm sorry for the way I've been acting this week, and I love you, you are the most important person to me in my life. That's what he said. Caught me totally off guard. And I just told him, look, I love you, son. I love you right where you're at. You are the most important person to me in my life, too. And I said, I don't care what you're going through. I want you to always come to me no matter what, because I am here for you. And I don't want you to be afraid to share your feelings and your emotions and your tears, because that is life. That is life 101. That's what makes us human. We feel, and we should be allowed to feel, no matter what. We should not have to suppress it. Oh, I know it's a big, heavy topic, but it had to be said. And I hope you found value in this, whether you're a parent or you're a teenager. I hope you found some value out of this. And I just want you to just be you, and just be strong enough to show your feelings to your loved ones, and don't be afraid of how they react. Because, even if they don't know what to say or what to do, it's not their fault. They were raised to not know what to do. They were raised to walk away from the problem. It's time to change that dialogue and that belief system for the next generation. Anyway, I'll have a video up next you can check out. That's if you're serious about getting on the right track in your own personal journey. I'd love to have you aboard. If you enjoyed this and you would like to share it, please do. It helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe. That's one way to support the channel. And there's a couple more down below if you want to check out the links. Much love and appreciation to you always. Always love you. Thank you for watching.